Whoever said, I think cafeteria, maybe?
I said I vote that we go through the cafeteria versus going over the roofs.
It would probably be safer than climbing the roofs.
Well, that's maybe. Big maybe.
Maybe.
The roofs might be clearer of enemies.
Might be.
This is true. But we do have a sick person with us that we have to take into account as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we are still trying to find 2 more doppelgangers.
This is very accurate. There are still, you guys have found the bodies of several, but only actually killed one yourselves. So instead of taking in the old bodies, you guys have decided to take the heroic path and not do that, to find some new ones to slaughter.
I'd like to, as we're wrapping up our break, I'd like to kind of go out into this like hall area that connects all these rooms and see if I can find any sort of tracks that might lead us somewhere productive.
The area itself, it's actually relatively easy for you to spot tracks. A lot of them trek their way through the rubble, like the dust, the fine grit dust that the rubble has produced everywhere. There's tracks, like clear signs of movement going a lot of directions here. Of course, into the separate rooms, in and up the stairs, or down the stairs, sorry, and just all the way around. So there's a lot of tracks going everywhere. If you wanted to narrow down that kind of thing, you would have to probably roll a check.
Okay, I can do that. It's almost like that's what I'm here to do.
Right?
Survival or perception?
Your choice. I'll allow both. Okay.
16 perception.
So taking a good look around, you do know that there's actually been relatively heavy traffic. One second. Relatively heavy traffic going to and from this area here. That kind of spreads out, goes to the stairs, goes into the other rooms, comes up here, like in varying degrees. But a lot of it seems to come from this area.
So, as a player, my instinct is to check every room. As an investigator, my instinct is also to check every room. So, I propose that we check out this room where the most activity seems to be.
I have no issues against it.
Me as well. I would prefer to know what's at my back if we're moving forward.
I am okay with this.
Okay.
How does our companion feel?
I mean, he's up and about and he's moving. You can tell he's still not feeling great, and he looks a little pale and definitely still feverish. I mean, he's been mistreated for probably quite some time.
Probably
so he's
better if we leave him
sick,
here to
yeah.
rest rather than bring him into a potential fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, I need 1 second. I need a fortitude save from Neru.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you guys have just completed the long rest, right? Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't think we had.
Okay, and I'm going to be running one for this guy as well. Okay. So, Ilki, as you guys kind of get up in the morning, he is looking a lot worse than he was yesterday. Like, you had healed him up a fair bit, but now he's looking just haggard and gaunt. Neru, you are going to be taking 7 points of necrotic damage.
Fun.
Yeah. Sorry?
I said, all right.
Okay. As you guys kind of get up and go for the day, like, Nero, you can actually feel yourself feeling warm and kind of sick. And you have the strangest feeling like you just want to sleep. It's worse than normal fatigue.
Is this something that would be noticeable to the rest of the party, or would they have to specifically?
You would have to be looking for it, definitely.
I was wondering the same.
I mean, I can just straight out tell you guys I feel awful today. Like something's poisoned me or killing me on the inside. I don't know. I just feel gross.
May I attend to an examination?
Absolutely, you may.
I think he was asking me, and yes, you may.
Your opinion doesn't count.
Can I help with
Sorry.
a medicine check on that one?
You can attempt to assist, yes.
Got a 24 on my own.
I mean, being trained in medicine can also be like pointing out, okay, this is where it hurts, and this is what it feels like being,
Yeah, I
giving
would-
all the smart words. And...
I would totally allow that, but he's already actually passed it, so you don't really have to.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Then I'll
So-
just lay there and fall asleep.
Yeah, as you're kind of examining him and noticing certain things about his body, you've heard of something like this before, and especially having encountered ghouls before, you know that sometimes they carry a sickness, and you think that your friend Neru is actually in the late stages of ghoul fever. If it goes on for too much longer, he might just die.
Right, well, that's not very good. Would I have
Is there any known cure?
There definitely is, but it requires a fairly sizable selection of medicine, as well as a very, very good doctor, and at least a week's worth of bed rest.
So it kind of just became a little bit more important for us to make good with the guards so that they might be willing to share their resources a bit.
Well, they have a powerful cleric priest. They might be able to do something too if we can get them to agree. So we should probably get the doppelgangers, yeah.
And Ostrich, having succeeded so well, you can tell that Ilki is suffering from the same disease, albeit not as badly. His body seems to be better at fighting it off.
Okay.
So would I be able to do like a first aid check to kind of help Neru regain those hit points that they just lost?
Yes. You can attempt to do a bit of healing. So as best you can, you kind of wrap the wounds. You give him a few herbs to munch on while you guys walk. That seem to dull the ache and pain. You have a few compresses you use, and you can bring down the fever relatively well. Go ahead and roll for hit points.
14 total.
Okay, so you'll be regaining 7 hit points.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hi, well, are you guys ready to go and check out this room?
We're talking about the room with the pool, right?
This one right here, yep.
But then,
Not
yes,
that
I
we
am.
know there's a pool in there.
You would know because Ilki has told you that's the shower room.
Oh, okay.
Because you have an insider now. He knows what goes on here.
Then the shower room. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys kind of...
Gave us a map.
Yep. He drew a rough kind of map. He gave you an idea, less than of a real visual, but gave you an idea.
Okay, so
Alright,
just
I'll go first.
before we go in, I'd just like to kind of quickly check my reserves of knowledge. Would I know of any like aberrant creatures that thrive in water to maybe give us a idea of what the worst case scenario might be if we go in there?
Absolutely.
26.
The absolutely worst case scenario isn't likely because this is a shallow pool of water, but you think the worst, absolute worst, is if all of a sudden this opened up into an ocean and you had aboleths to deal with. That would be the worst case. Slightly better than that, but still bad. Mind Flayer tadpoles, that would be real bad. And not quite so bad, just a couple of minor sliths, and that's it. There's a lot of things that could live in water.
I'll just start listing these things off to the group, but I'll do it like very nonchalantly, like, right, yeah, well, no, so there could be mind flare tadpoles, there could be aboleths, there could be just
Just goes through a list of like 16 different creatures that could possibly be in this room, each one more terrifying than the last. And the abstract words that he uses, you're not familiar with them, and that scares you even more.
Do they all bleed?
No. Not all of them. Most of them, yes. But not all of them.
In this case, I'll be going with my shield raised and a dagger in my hands.
Okay.
If we're leaving the guy in the room by himself, I'm producing a dagger with a flourish and handing it to him. In case you need it.
He'll grab it and kind of hold it close. You can see he's like white knuckling it, just in case anything tries to come by. He's already making small stabby motions.
Oh.
No, don't hold it like that. You want to poke like this. And I motion.
He nods and changes the grip a little bit.
And I'll leave a set of caltrops in that one entrance going into the room in front of them until we get back.
All right. Okay, so as you guys get to the door itself, are you going to barge in or are you going to sneak in?
I'll open the door quietly, or as quietly as can.
Okay.
Can I sneak to the further door down? If they're going to go in the main doors?
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to correct that. If somebody will open this door for me, I'll raise my shield and approach the door while they're opening, looking while they're doing it. That way I keep my shield up.
I'll do that. I will try to open the door with stealth and guile.
Alrighty.
A stealth roll then for me, or?
Yes, I will actually get you to roll a stealth-based initiative. You and Seveston will both roll stealth-based initiative. Neru and Litrix, you'll both roll perception-based initiative, please.
Perception-based initiative?
Yep, just roll your regular initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. It's the same roll either way.
Or-
Alright. So, as you guys kind of slowly creep into the room, you open the doors and you peek inside. You can see that there are 3 huddled forms that are kind of gathered around what appears to be a body. That did not go as planned. 1 second. Cracked river green tiles cover the walls and floors of this communal shower in wavering patterns. Dry metal spouts jut from several walls, overlooking grates in the tile floor. A sizable portion of the floor drops into a shallow pool filled with something other than water, a vile stew of corpses and blood. The smell of rot and copper fills the air in this room. 3 alcoves, providing minimal privacy, run along the south wall. In the center, a simple chair has been transformed into a gruesome throne covered with draped viscera and gnawed bones. Sitting on the chair is a one-armed creature who looks over 2 of his others, his inferiors you would assume, as they nom on a corpse between them. Now you guys do have a little bit of surprise in them as they kind of turn towards you. The first person to react, they turn towards the opening of the door, which was a little bit screechy, is Neru.
Can I tell offhand what they are? Undead or whatever?
You would have to make a check, a recall knowledge check, to tell exactly what they are.
Okay.
You can guess, you can make assumptions, but that's not necessarily accurate.
What kind of check do you want me to make for that?
Religion check.
And they don't look anything like what I've seen in this horrible place so far, right?
They do look remarkably, like, they do look similar to living humans, just slightly extended jaws, and they have kind of claws at the end of their fingertips. But short of that, you have to roll either a perception check or a religion check. There you go. Noting their waxy skin and the kind of demeanor and the way that they're cannibalizing corpses, you assume readily that these 3 are ghouls. Definitely undead.
Our compatriots, these appear to be undead again.
Mm-hmm.
So careful to not let them bite you, if possible. Is that too many words to also cast a 2-action spell?
Nope, I'd allow it.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Disrupt Undead on it. On the big guy.
Okay, that means I make a save, yeah?
Indeed.
Do you mind posting it, please?
Yes.
Okay. So you throw forward this like sudden burst of holy positive energy and strike the creature. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't cast level. Are you level 3?
Level 2.
So it would not be, your divine cantrip would not be heightened yet, would it? Oh, your ability modifier, that's why. Yeah, 1d6 plus 4. There we go. I was just trying to figure out why it was higher than 6. But you strike the creature for holy damage. You notice that it shakes his head a little bit, not expecting the sudden onslaught of positive energy. Alrighty, anything else you got?
That's the end of my actions.
Okay. Alrighty, then it's going to go to Seveston. I will assume he's dealing with a tiny baby thing.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic off.
Oh, fair enough.
The throne is like in the center of the room here.
The throne is right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. About how far would I have to move in order to get to them?
Unless you feel like crossing the stew of corpse pieces.
No.
About 35 feet.
Okay. In that case, it's going to take me... Okay. So I will move like 25 feet up, which is my speed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll attempt to do the... no, baby climbing on me. The fascinating performance on the one-armed guy.
Gotta be
All
pretty
right.
hard with a baby crawling on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So go ahead and roll a performance check. I need a second because that actually might be. No, it's not quite. So one of the big guy turns towards you, already a little shaken by the fact that he's been hit by this blast of magic, but your performance doesn't entrance him, it just irritates him. But you do have panache.
Okay. And then, since I can't make it to them, actually, just let me check on something. Oh no, I would have to have it drawn, and I would have drawn my claw blade, not my star knife. Okay, I'll go ahead and raise my knife into a defensive stance and dueling parry.
Alrighty. So having
Not
taken your
really
turn
everything.
to get to the front kind of thing and be a blocker, Ostrich, you're up.
Is one of the. So there are two lesser ghouls nomming on a corpse?
Correct.
you said?
Yep.
Would they be within movement range?
Which door did you come into?
I think I would have been at the main doors here.
Okay, then yes, they're certainly within movement range, but 20 feet away.
Okay. First, I will devise a stratagem. Sorry, roll 20 is being frustratingly slow for me.
Oh, it's no worries. No concerns.
7.
So you spend your turn, your action looking at this creature, but you're so disgusted by its habits and its hunched posture as it devours something that is obviously once human. It makes you nauseated to the point where you're not sure your stratagem will work properly.
Well, let me just, I'm doing the math. My proficiency bonus would be 4. My intelligence would be another, so plus 8. So I think with a total of 15, I'm willing to chance it. So I will move into melee range, and then with my quick draw feat, I will draw my sword cane and Mark of Zorro this mofo.
Okay, so you go to attack the creature, and it kind of skitters off to the side, avoiding your blow, just narrowly avoiding your blow.
Okay, that's my turn then.
Okay. Litrix. You just went, obviously.
The two ghouls that are eating at the bodies, how far away are they?
If you went through the main door, they're about 20 feet away.
So are they like right beside? So they're within like 5 feet beside the big guy.
The big guy's a little further back. He's about 10 feet away from them.
Okay, and they're technically eating away at bodies right now as we stepped into this.
They've looked up from eating at the bodies themselves and are just staring at you right now, still at that hungry fascination as blood and viscera drips from their open maws.
Okay, I'll whip my dagger at one of the small ones.
Okay.
Let's see here. I know I have it. Here we go. Range strikes. Okay.
So you throw your dagger at the creature and it kind of bats it away with its claws as the dagger kind of plunges into the pool. You're pretty sure you don't want it back anymore.
12. All right. I will then pull out my warhammer and raise my shield. That's where I'll end my turn there. I'll make a free action to tell the other guys to focus on the small ones first, though. We don't want too many of them attacking us at once.
Okay. Alrighty. So the large one is going to step down from his throne and dash towards Seveston, moving almost like superhumanly quickly towards you as he raises a hand to strike. Let's see how he does. Raises his only hand to strike, I should say. That is a 7 to hit.
No.
No? Okay, and he'll follow it up by making a quick bite, trying to snap his jaws shut on you. It's a 13 to hit.
No.
Okay. All right, then the two ones that are kind of hunched down move forward, and they surround Ostrich, trying to beat him down. That's only going to be an 8 to hit Ostrich.
Miss.
And a 15. Sorry, no, a 13.
That's gonna be a miss. Even I assume that I'm being flanked, so -2 to my AC.
Yeah. Well, first one moves. This one isn't going to be considered flanking. The one that's coming up next to you now will be considered flanking. So the first one ran up and tried to claw you and then bite you. Missed horribly. The second one actually manages to flank you and will attack you with the flanking bonus. So you're at 16 HP for the moment. First one was a bite, but no go. At a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And he'll attempt to claw you for a 12 to hit, but again, miss. I am not rolling terribly well today, fortunately for you folks. All right. Then it will go to Neru.
All right. Well, Neru is not wanting to get too close to these guys, so I am going to move up to being behind my allies.
Okay.
And who's in the front? Sorry.
So Seviston is about 10 feet behind Ostrich. Ostrich's in the lead at the moment, and Litrix is actually behind you at the door still.
Okay. All right. Alright, so I'll move up to behind whoever's tanking in front, and then I'm gonna just disrupt undead again on probably on the big guy.
Okay.
I don't know why critical damage in there.
All right. Taking a look, I think. Yeah, so you managed to strike him again with the lance, dealing a fair bit of damage. He shakes it off, not being... No, it's not critical, of course, but he's definitely not enjoying the fact that you're hitting with it so much. You can see that his eyes have turned towards you as a person that really needs to die. Okay. Then it's going to go to Seviston. Because you are within melee range of this guy, I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okay.
Being so close to this creature absolutely sickens you to the point of just pure disgust. But that disgusting smell doesn't leave you with any negatives, just the feeling of the coppery feeling of wanting to throw up. Go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. I'll start out with the confident finisher
Okay.
on the guy that's in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you seek to attack him, but he's more than prepared for your onslaught, blocking the blow.
Okay. So I still get to do my... Even on fail, I still get, I believe, to deal the 2d6. I'll just check that really quick.
Okay.
Yes, on a failure, you deal half your precise strike damage to the target, and and that's 2d6 with the confident finisher.
All right, go for it. All right, so you managed to strike the creature, and even though he does block it on his arm, the one good arm he has, you managed to actually get a decent cut into that arm itself. He does not look pleased with you.
And then I will go ahead and try and tumble through him to try and get on the other side of him.
All
so
right.
I'm maybe between him and Ostrich.
Sounds good. She does not like this
Yes.
ghast.
No, does not at all. Okay.
So attempting to tumble through his square, you manage to actually maneuver your way around him. Oh, no, you don't. He actually stops you from moving. He pushes you backwards back onto your square. His reflex is so
use
fast.
my hero point to try and re-roll that?
Absolutely, you can. And again, like you try to force your way through, and as he pushes you backwards, you try to slip past his hand, but he just boots you directly in the chest, not hurting you, but more than enough to keep you where you are.
Okay. And then I'll go ahead and dueling parry,
Okay.
raising my blade up. And
All right.
that'll be everything for me.
So Ostrich, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at the situation with Sevestin and the big guy. And going to devise a stratagem against the one-armed boss.
Okay.
Duel.
All right. Looking him up and down, you do notice that, of course, he does favor one side, not having an arm on there, but he seems to be very defensive about it. You can probably get a hit on him, you think.
Okay, so I will move away from the two ghouls that are flanking me and move into a flanking position with Sevestin against the big guy.
As you move forward, that overwhelming stench rolls over you, and you have no choice but to make a fortitude save. You kind of take a moment, and you can taste how bad he smells. The scent of just rotting flesh actually becoming a taste for you. And as you retch and throw up, you are completely sickened.
Right. What value?
Sickened 1.
And so that means I take a -1 penalty to
Your checks and DCs.
checks and DCs. Does that include attacks?
Attack is not a check.
Okay. So, and then I will attack one arm with quick draw strike for a total of 16.
So you attempt to attack him, following up on Sevestin's Clawblade, his confident finisher, but that momentary hesitation of sickness, it betrayed the fact that you were trying to get to him, and he managed to swiftly move out of the way. He's very present and aware of everything that's going on around him. It makes it very difficult to hurt him. So you still have one action left, I do believe.
No, it was devise a stratagem, move, and attack.
You are absolutely correct. My apologies. All right. Litrix.
Quick question, Devin. If you have a hammer looped to a belt or like a sheath, what kind of action is it to retrieve that?
It would still be. You can make it part of your movement action,
Okay.
or just an action on its own.
Okay. Perfect. All right. In this case, though, I will move forward and attack one of the guys, the small guys. I believe they're attacking Sevestin.
They were attacking Ostrich, but
Ostrich.
yeah. But now Ostrich's moved out of the range.
All right. Well, I'll attack the closest one to me.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack then. Okay, you attempt to attack the creature, but moving forward, they hear the clutter of rubble and turn towards you, both of them blocking the blow, leaving you a little bit on the back foot. You still have one more action.
All right, and I'll make another attack.
Okay, don't forget to hit attack number 2.
Use the number 2.
Okay, so you attempt to strike the creature again. This time you do manage to actually hit one of them fairly solidly, but it seems to bounce off of their shoulder instead of doing any real damage.
So as in like I missed, or as in like I actually hit him, but it just bounced away?
It missed.
Then that was 2 attacks and a movement. That's mine.
That's everything. All right, the ghast moves. It actually takes a moment. You can see the knotted cords of muscle under its skin bunch up, and it moves in such a swift blaze of speed that no one has a chance to react, and it's immediately lunging towards Neru, making a quick attack. However, being one-armed has definitely thrown him off, and that's only going to be, I believe, an 11 to hit.
That will not hit.
Nope, sorry, no, that is a 13 to hit.
Still won't hit.
Okay, and then it follows it up with a quick claw, attempting to strike at you and rend you with an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay.
I'll use my reaction on that.
All right. So he gains resistance equal to...
Let's see here. Sheet, feet. Allies unarmed by the training damage, or they gain resistance to allies damage equal to 2 plus your level, so he'll
4.
get 4, and the enemy will become enfeebled 2
Okay.
until the end of its next turn.
Okay. So it's going to be thrown out only 2 points of damage, but Neri, you have to make a fortitude save, please.
Okay.
Okay, you can feel that same insidious poison of the ghouls kind of try to leach into your veins and paralyze you, but you manage to fight it off, shaking off the momentary hesitation that comes over you. Now, the other 2 smaller ones seem to gang up on Litrix, the one moving directly behind them to attempt to flank. So your AC is reduced by 2 for the moment, Litrix.
My AC?
AC is reduced by 2, yeah. As long as you were flanked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You'll attempt to take a big old bite. Going for a 12 to hit.
No, that one hit.
Okay, and then a quick claw to follow up. 14 to hit.
No.
Okay, the other ghoul will stay where it is and attempt to make 3 swift attacks against you. A 12 to hit.
No.
A 7 for a claw.
No.
Is that a critical failure?
Yes.
What is your AC after it gets the -2?
After the negative 2, it's
Yes.
16.
Okay, so no, that's not a critical failure then.
So no.
Yeah, it'll take a moment and actually think. And instead of attacking you, it's going to use its action to jump backwards, landing directly on the other side of Seveston. Its claws up and ready to attack. Since you're almost impossible to hit for them. Then...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to double check on that. So flanking now gives a -2 to the person and not a bonus to the person's attacking. Is that correct?
Correct. All right. Okay, so Neru, you have the big guy directly in front of you attempting to rip you to shreds. What do you do?
I am going to I'm gonna heal him.
All right. Not a bad choice. So he makes a fortitude save.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I back up first and then attack, do I still have to make a fort save then?
No, he has to make a fort save.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're attempting to heal him,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the 2-action heal. So if it does any damage, it'll do 10.
Okay, so what is your save is 18, I believe.
Yeah.
And how much is it taking? 10?
10 damage.
Okay. It fails, and you can actually see the holy light well up within it as it escapes as just pure energy through its orifices, including the severed arm, which still isn't fully healed. You can tell it's heavily injured right now.
Yeah. Well, as somebody who still has 1 action point left, he looks like he could maybe use a little bit more healing.
That's a way to do it.
So I'm gonna heal him again.
Okay. Roll that d8.
Damn.
You reach forward and tap him in the forehead, and you can actually see your holy symbol etch into his forehead as his eyes glow with this fierce light that quickly turns to this dull glow as he falls to the ground, eyes, mouth, and ears still smoking just a little bit. He's definitely dead.
There, now you look much better. Healed to death.
All right, Sebastian.
Okay. So there's one of the ghouls is right in front of me.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently she likes ghouls even less than those guys.
Yeah. Here, I might just have to type this.
That's fair. Okay, go ahead. Roll your performance check. Okay. He stops for a moment, completely entranced in what you're doing. Your fascinating performance working very well. I think that's the first time it's worked in combat. All right, go ahead and make that attack. Okay, as you attempt to attack the creature itself, your strike goes wide, and the fascination with it kind of ends a little bit as it watches you clumsily flail, and okay, yeah, you end up dealing minimum damage to yourself. With your precision damage, it's going to be 3 points as you hurt yourself instead of him. Okay, and you still have 1 action as far as I'm aware. Because you did your fascinating performance, and then you're going for your confident finisher. So, dueling parry, excellent. We're going to move on to Ostrich. One of the ghouls is still on, or was on you. Oh, sorry, no. One of the ghouls is on Litrix at the moment. One of the ghouls is on Seveston. You're safe. Not face. You're safe.
Would it be possible to get into a flanking position with the ghoul that's engaged with Seveston?
Absolutely. You move around him, and you are ready to do a strike.
Okay. Then I will do my devise a stratagem.
Okay. So you take a moment to concentrate and focus, and you believe you found a way to strike the creature.
Okay, then I will attack with a total of 13.
When you attempt to strike the creature, already kind of off-balanced, because the fascination is easy prey. Sorry, 1 second. I do have to double-check that. So I do believe the fascination actually... Oh no, the fascination doesn't do what I think it does. Okay, so no, you are... Yeah, he's fascinated, but he doesn't lose AC. So no, while he is flanked, he still manages to block your blow.
Okay, that's my turn.
None of us are rolling very well today, except for that nice performance check. Litrix, you're up. You have 1 ghoul on you.
Alright, I will smash it with my hammer.
So you bring your hammer down on the creature, trying to hit as hard as you can, and there's a solid thwack as you crunch through the arm bone it's trying to throw up there. You can see bits and pieces of its bone sticking through its skin now, you having dealt so much damage to it. It's
No,
certainly
just
bloodied.
continue the attack.
Okay. Your second attack, however, goes wide as it takes the broken arm and shoves your hammer out of the way mid-strike. It'll respond by trying to shiv you with the bone shards coming out of its arm right now. Actually, first it's going to attempt to bite you. Its jaw is attempting to find purchase under your armor. That's
This is in reaction to the bad roll?
No, I believe... Oh, no, you still had 1 more action, didn't you? Sorry, keep going. Go, finish your turn. My apologies.
Sorry, I'm just trying to calculate what the third penalty is for another attack.
You'd be at a -2 to hit.
A -2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to raise my shield.
Sounds good. So now he'll attempt to take a strike out of you with a 22 to hit.
This is a ghoul. He's biting me or attacking me?
He's biting you.
Clawing. He's biting me?
He's biting you, yeah.
I will shield block that.
Okay. How much damage can yours block at the moment?
I can block 5 straight up.
Okay. All right, and you are keep in mind that
Yes.
it did lose some HP from last time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to be taking a total of... The shield will take 5, and you'll take 1 point of damage. I need you to make 2 fortitude saves, please.
2 fortitudes. Alright.
Okay, you managed to throw off both the virulent poison and the paralysis like it's no problem at all. It reels back to take a couple more strikes at you, hoping to actually finish off this insidious-looking person. But a 7 to hit, it'll actually manage to break one of its claws against the hard armor and shield that you have raised, giving it a permanent -2 to its damage from now on. And then following it up with a 17 to hit, it still won't manage to strike you. As far as I'm aware, your AC is 18. The creature that is actually attempting to strike Seveston will make a bite attack against him.
Is he still flanking me?
No.
AC is 20.
Oh, your current AC is 20?
Yes, when my shield's raised.
Right, you have your shield raised, yeah. Okay, that's fair. But no, I meant the one attacking Seveston is going to be attacking Seveston. You're fine. Seveston, a 25. Does that hit you? Is it a critical hit? Oh, no, it is most certainly not a critical hit then. But as it chomps into you, I need you to make 2 fortitude saves as you take 2 points of damage. It's so much damage.
I'll use my reaction on that.
I believe you already used a reaction with your shield block?
Nope, I raised my shield before my turn ended.
Yep, but it still requires you to take a reaction to use your shield block, does it not?
Right, I blocked the bite. No, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay. All right. So, Seveston, you feel that kind of insidious thing. You recognize it as like the ghoul fever at the moment. Try to take purchase, but it can't. Your body is just too well immunized against it. Maybe you've just come into contact with it before. You don't really remember, but the paralysis hits you, and it freezes you right down to your bones. It makes you unable to react to the next attacks. So you are considered flat-footed and can't act except to recall knowledge. Okay, then it will make... that was its bite. It'll make a claw attack, which won't hit, and then a secondary claw attack, which is a 14, still won't hit you. As it's trying to strike you while the paralysis takes over, it can't quite find the purchases. You have enough movement left to thrust it off you. Neru.
I am going to... Is one closer to me than another?
Yes, the one that's actually attacking Litrix is closer to you than the one that is attacking Seveston.
Okay, I'll attack that one. I'll just cast another Disrupt Undead at it.
Okay. It will fail that, but not critically, taking 7 points of damage.
So it fails, it's also enfeebled, right?
No, that's a critical failure.
Nope, sorry. I misread.
Well, that's fine. So you strike it with Holy Light. Strangely, you're very effective in this kind of place, and you manage to hurt it fairly badly. All right, is there anything else you want to do?
I will move away from them, kind of behind my teammates.
All right, so you move away. Excellent. Seveston.
Is Seveston paralyzed?
Oh, yeah, right. Currently he's paralyzed. So at the end of your turn, you may make a Fortitude save. So, Fortitude save away, my friend. Okay, you retain the paralysis, not being able quite to break through what's stopping you from moving. Ostrich.
Right, I'm going to devise a stratagem against the one that I'm currently flanking with Seveston.
Mm-hmm.
Please roll above a 10 this time. Mother. Okay, so my first attack is probably gonna miss unless a 12 somehow hits?
It would not, no. You attempt to strike the creature, but it's wary now, knowing that it has one person partially paralyzed. Now it just needs to get you.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna. Since I'm not moving, I'll try a second attack. 14.
Okay. As you attempt to attack the creature, you manage to strike it, dealing a little bit of damage. Nothing too severe, but enough to make it think twice about where you are. The tricks?
That's my turn.
The one that paralyzed Sevison, is he kind of directly behind me at this moment?
No, no,
Would he
they're,
be flanked if I turned around and attacked, or do I have to move to him?
you would have to move.
I'd have to move to him. All right. In that case, I'll just attack the one in front of me.
Okay. So you attempt to attack him, but he's well ready for your blows. Having already dealt with you a few times, he holds both arms up to try and block your attack. And succeeds.
Okay. And I'll attack him again.
Your second attack, however, does make it through the strike, and as you bring your hammer down heavily on its skull, you can hear the sickening crunch. As its head gets knocked backwards, you can see the life, or the unlife, literally leave its eyes.
Okay. Can't do that as a free action. I will move into a flanking position.
Mm-hmm. With
the one he paralyzed, I guess. It
absolutely.
won't give me the flanking bonus, but
No, it will.
I'll be able to support it. Oh well, okay.
Yeah, the creature is currently flanked, which is why flanking is now different. Instead of affecting only the people who are flanking it, it now, as long as the creature is flanked, it has -2 AC.
Right. Even though the guy's paralyzed, he's still got to focus on both of us. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, actually, all three of you, because Ostrich is there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. All right, it's going to go back. Sorry, it's going to go down to its turn. It's going to look at all of you, realize that you're not exactly what it bargained for, and try to shred Sevestin quickly so it can focus on the other two. Sevestin, you could not take a dueling parry stance last time, so does an 18 hit you?
Sorry. So my normal AC is 19.
You are currently paralyzed, so you have a -2.
So it's -2, so yeah, I'd be at 17, so it will hit with an 18.
Excellent.
And I'll use my reaction on it.
Okay, you will take 1 point of damage, Sevestin, but you will need another 2 fortitude saving throws. I suppose I could have actually just kept it at 1. You feel sickened by the ghoul's touch, but not to the point of that you feel like you've actually gotten sick. The paralysis renews itself, however, stronger than ever. It will make a quick attack against you. Its claws. Having missed, however, it's going to leap back and end up directly beside Neru.
You just can't get away from these guys.
Nope. Then it's going to go to Neru. You're up.
Okay. Well, this guy, I am just gonna swing my sword at him, I think.
Okay. So your weapon drawn, you make a forceful slash across, and as he's hopping towards you, you can feel the faintest of resistance as your blade passes through the air. His hop brought his neck directly to your blade, and you cleanly sever his head. It tumbles to the ground, untethered to the body.
I tried to stay away from you guys. You just kept coming close. It's not my fault.
Oh, that works.
Okay, as you look around the room, what do you guys want to do?
I'll go examine the body they were eating.
Okay, taking a quick look at the body itself. You actually faintly recognize the body. For some reason, it just tickles in the back of your mind that you know this person. Go ahead and roll a, I want to say history check, but I'm not sure if that's actually the right for this, the system. Is it history? Seveston, eventually you do become unparalyzed. You're good.
I think history, it just kind of depends on the specific category.
Yeah, that's fair. So I would say in this case, make a society check.
Just, sorry, who is doing that?
Ostrich, because you actually want to examine the body.
Right.
There's my effing good rolls.
Taking a look at the body itself, you recognize some of the markings and scarring on it. This is Isa Weeds, already dead.
Iso.
Is that the one we were looking for?
That's the lady you left back in the boiler room.
Huh.
Oh. Oh. That's not a comforting thought.
Not particularly. So what, shape changer again?
Probably. Unless something went and found her and brought her here in the time that we've been away, which...
Well, I was more suspicious of her in the beginning, so I'm less inclined to believe that scenario.
Okay, while you guys discuss this, I will be back momentarily. I just gotta go fix something. One sec.
Nero, is that all your healing spells for today?
No, I have one more if you guys need.
Okay.
I also have my first aid treatment, so...
Because if everybody's hurt, I can just heal us all at once.
No. I think we're good. I just wanted to make sure that you had some left for another encounter. That's all.
Yeah, just the one.
I might
I
need
don't-
some healing, but I could probably get by with a first aid check.
Okay, when Devin gets back, I can
Okay.
do the rolls and do that for you.
Yeah.
I will assist you.
We have to maybe go about this a little bit differently when we come across these ghouls. Running in and attacking head first might not be the best way to be dealing with them. We end up with too many sick people.
Well, unfortunately, my crossbow is broken, so I don't have really any other options.
I was gonna ask, does anybody else have any ranged attacks?
I have 5. I have 3 throwing hammers and 2 knives. Because the third knife went in the pool.
That's fair. You can always try to retrieve it.
I do have
I don't-
some throwing weapons, but not a lot.
Problem is, we all brought knives to a biting fight.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, as I said, I had a crossbow, but it broke.
It's true.
My knives do 1d6 plus 8, so... let me. My knives are sharper than the average person's knives. So are yours, Naru. Wait. Yeah, they should be. Do you get a favorite weapon from your deity?
Yeah.
And yours
My
is...
scimitar is my favorite weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Or favorite weapon.
Oh, I must be thinking about the wrong person. Who has...
I don't think I get a bonus for that though.
You do once your favorite weapon, your god's favorite weapon, actually gets a certain die thing past your current weapon. Your current weapon will actually start doing more damage because it's your deity's favorite weapon. Although it might just be related to champions.
I can't remember.
Okay, well,
So, but I guess. Oh. Go ahead, Ostrich.
I was just gonna say, Devin, now that you're back, I'm gonna do a first aid check on Seviston,
Mm-hmm.
and I can also get another person in if anyone else is particularly hurt. I can do 2 at once.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just gonna do the basic DC 15.
I can help him with the check if you want.
So he receives a static +2. Okay, so while you don't manage to actually succeed on your check, you don't do any injury or damage to your current patient.
Since we're looking around now, actually, who is it you're trying to heal up?
Seviston.
Citizen, I'll heal you with my lay on hands for 6 hit points. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's 6 basic.
Yeah, it's
6
6.
hit points. Yeah. If the target's one of your allies, they gain 2 status to AC. I keep forgetting that.
It's very useful in combat.
Yes.
Also, I assume the second condition would have passed by now.
Yeah.
And I will roll my check to see if I retain it or if I'm going to have to spend the next 10 minutes getting it back.
Absolutely.
Where's that one dice to? Low, Devin.
Okay. You do not regain it
that's
back.
not low. I'll spend the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so if you guys are going to take a quick break to focus and take a bit of a breather, that's fine.
Sure.
And I am back up to full hit points with the 6.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys take a moment to rest. I'm assuming you do not want to rest in here because it smells of absolute sewage. You guys are probably going to go back into the other room?
Yeah. Might as well check on our hopefully friend back there.
Yeah.
Avoid the caltrops.
Yeah, it's fairly easy for you guys to do because you know where they're placed. You manage to scoot them aside a little bit, shuffling your feet instead of stepping fully to get back into the room. He's past there at the moment. You can tell that his fever is getting worse.
Is treat disease an option?
I do believe you actually need... One second. Okay, you need to spend at least 8 hours caring for the diseased creature.
Okay, then not really an option in this situation.
Wow. Because if it doesn't work, he's only going to get worse and we lose valuable time. And if it does, and even if it does work, then Naru's going to be worse off.
Okay, so we do kind of have a lead on where one of the next Dopplers may be, since the body that we found in there was the body of someone who we had previously taken to the boiler room. So do we want to go back and check the boiler room, and if that person who we know is supposed to be dead is still there, then that's a pretty good indication that we've got our second
Right.
Doppler.
Do that, we got to go all the way around the area and come back out where the knights are. Can't go through the rubble. I think you said it would take us half a day or more to clear it, Devin?
To clear where you got to where
Like where we
Toriel
came
was,
from,
which was like 5
here.
feet in kind of thing, it took you an hour. So clearing all of that, and a lot of it's even more buried than what she was, would take a very long time. You assume probably better part of 2 days.
Okay, so that's not really an option either.
Because even if we did it without taking care, it would still take a day. But you're right, that might be one. We'll have to keep it in mind if they're even there when we get back. I highly doubt that if it is a doppelganger just waiting around for us to come back.
Well, we should.
Nice.
Should we maybe just get going then?
Yeah, we should. I want to check this space here as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'd rather go through the building than go through the outside doors. If we can.
Okay. So you guys get to the door and you kind of lean up against it. Oop, that's not supposed to happen. Can I get one of you to make a perception check, please? Got to run.
Yeah, I just got to use the restroom, but I'll do a perception check first.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we approaching this the same way, guys? Leaving the guy behind while we check these couple of doors up here?
Seems the safest way to do it, probably.
And carrying him around would probably not be the best thing, yeah. Alright, in that case, if you guys want, we'll approach entering the doorways the same way. Someone open it and I'll go in.
Sorry, which door are we going to?
Top left room, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, the larger room in the
Yeah,
very far
the, like-
corner.
The like round one.
Because this is where the cat was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait for Optimus Omega to get back, and then we'll continue on. Okay. All right. So apparently I was wrong, by the way. Those stairs actually lead up, not down. I was thinking the wrong area. Those stairs do lead up.
To the roof, presumably?
Presumably, or to a second floor. You're not sure which.
But there was no stairs by where we were before, right?
Not as far as you could tell, no.
That we could see anyway. Oh, so I suppose we could go upstairs and try going see what's up there too.
Always possible. Alrighty. Not sure if Optimus is back yet or not. He might not have said anything. I say Optimus because that's actually his Discord name, but Ostrich. Yeah. So if you guys want to like quick kind of silently approach the door, if someone wants to take a look on the other side, well, actually Ostrich did the perception check, so I do have to wait for them because they did hear something. Doing like the epic Mortal Kombat theme music is what I need right now. Just throw everybody right off.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually will play that. Why not? I feel like a little bit of music is well overdue.
Devin,
Mm-hmm.
am I able to make a claw attack while holding a weapon?
Do you have claws?
I do.
How do you have claws? Aren't you human or Aasimar?
I'm a lizard folk.
Oh, no, you would have to drop the weapon.
I would have to drop the weapon. Okay.
Or at least hold it in a different hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an unarmed strike, requires actual movement of the hand. You can't just have a weapon in there and make a claw. No, unfortunately not.
Okay. And I use too big of a shield to do it on the other hand, so... But if I had a buckler, maybe?
Yeah, but in a buckler you don't actually hold in your hand, so your hand is unoccupied, yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah. While we're waiting for Mr. Ostrich, how's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
That's good to hear. I know everyone's... apparently most people that I interact with had a relatively rough weekend, but only to be expected. Yeah, we have an Ostrich. Okay, so we can stop the small talk and get right back into the meat of it if everyone's still here. Everyone's good to go?
Yep.
Yep. When we go to enter the room, I'll use my shield and dagger again.
Okay. So, Ostrich, you kind of press your ear to the door and you can hear on the other side a faint sound of shuffling footsteps. Listening in closer, you can tell there's more than one, but you're not sure how many there are exactly.
Just footsteps, no other discernible details.
Just the faint sound of shuffling footsteps, yep.
Okay, well, we tried the stealthy approach last time. You want to just do a blitz this time? Just barge in, kick ass, take names, shoot some people.
Not opposed to it, but could be not so evil things on the other side. But I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys are just going to barge in, which I think most of you are in favor of.
Mm-hmm. If we are barging in, I'm going to have my star knife ready.
Okay. So we get everyone to roll perception-based initiatives then?
Not that it would actually be better for me to do so, but would athletics also be a viable?
I would allow athletics, yeah. She is not a happy camper today.
No, she's not having a good time right now. But Mum is home now, so that will help a little bit.
That's fair. Okay, so as you guys burst into the room, all of you kind of filing in one after the other, you see three of those same ghoulish creatures already ready for you, their eyes wide and their claws bared as they leap towards you, attacking before you guys even get a chance to settle yourselves. So the first one is going to attempt to strike Neru for a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'll use a reaction on that.
Okay, so Nero, you'll take 1 point of damage and make a fortitude save. Okay, you managed to shrug off the kind of toxin that flows in your veins. The paralysis just doesn't work. It'll follow up with a secondary attack with a 19 to hit.
Yep.
He gets a -2 to his attacks from the enfeebled, right?
Right, that's correct. So it'd be a 17 to hit.
That is tied with my AC.
So it will still hit. For 4 points of damage and another fortitude save. Okay, this time you find yourself paralyzed as its claws rend your flesh. The second one jumps onto Litrix, attempting to take down the most heavily armored one. With a 17 to hit.
No.
Okay. Followed by a 19 to hit.
No.
You would not have had time to take the raised shield action as you enter the room, just so you're aware.
Even though I declared it before I entered the room?
You declared that you had your shield, yes, and your dagger equipped, but you did not take the raised shield action. They had a surprise round before you guys could fully prepare getting into the room.
Okay.
So that makes your AC 19, I do believe, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he will strike you for 6 points of damage, and that's 2 fortitude saves, please.
Okay. And that's slashing, by the way?
The follow-up attack is piercing.
Alright. Perfect.
Okay.
That puts me at...
Okay, and the last one is going to hop behind Litrix, gaining a flanking position to attempt to strike you down again. But a 15 doesn't hit, I am aware. But a 24 definitely does.
That will hit me.
It's going to be 2 points of damage and another fortitude save.
Okay.
All right. Then, Ostrich, you get to react.
Okay. I'll move into flanking position with one of the one. It was just the one that was attacking Neru and two
Yep.
attacking Litrix.
Yep.
Okay, I'll flank the one engaged with Neru.
Mm-hmm.
Devise a stratagem, and I really got to do something about this slow connection. It's rolling. It's just taking a while to do so. Finally,
You
So
devise
that
a
would be-
stratagem. The creature is completely distracted by the fact that it already has some partially paralyzed prey to play with.
okay. So I will attack it with a total of 23.
That definitely hits.
Huzzah! So that'll be 7 plus 5, 12 points of slashing damage.
So you take your short sword, apparently? I thought you had a sword cane. Okay. You take your sword cane and dig it into the creature's back. As it pops out the other side and you rip to the side, you can see you've taken out a fairly large chunk of this creature's flesh. It howls and puts its hand to its side. You can tell it's heavily bloodied.
Yeah, just for future reference, I haven't removed it from my attack options yet, but I kind of removed my short sword from my inventory because it was rather unnecessary and just weighing me down.
Okay. Seveston.
Okay, am I sort of at the back right now, or where am I?
Yeah, because
in
you're one of the
midst all
sneakier
this?
ones, you were kind of in the back, yeah.
Okay, can I try to tumble through this mess and get to the other side?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a check. So you attempt to tumble through, but you can find no real opening to do so. With all of your companions and the enemies in the way, there's no way for you to get safely to the other side.
Okay. Am I within melee range of any of them?
You could move into flanking position, yes, easily.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
So you're flanking one of the ones on Litrix.
Okay. And I had my star knife drawn, so I'll go ahead and make an attack with that.
Okay, so you attempt to strike, but the creature is way too agile for you to fully hit.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and dueling parry.
You would have had to move, so you attempted to tumble, couldn't do it. Then you would have had to move to get into flanking, and then you made an attack with your star knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to dueling parry this time. Then it'll
Okay.
go to Neru. You have a ghoul attempting to gnaw on you.
And I'm like stunned or frozen or whatever. Right?
You're paralyzed, so your turn is
Paralyzed.
wasted. At the end of your turn, you can make a fortitude save to try and break free. The paralysis kind of leaves your body. You've gotten used to the venom, so it's easier for you to throw off now. Okay. Litrix.
I will stab the one that's flanking
All right.
with Stun, I think it was.
Ostrich is actually flanking one with you right now. Sorry, no, Ostrich's flanking
is it
the one
Ostrich?
with Neru. And one, yeah, so there's one flanking you. Yeah. Sebson's flanking with you. Sorry. Go ahead, make an attack.
So I will stab it.
So attempt to stab it with a dagger, but you can't actually get past the creature's tough hide. Doesn't work.
Then I'll stab it again.
Okay. This time you actually manage to pierce the creature's hide, leaving a fairly big indent in the creature's flesh, doing a decent bit of damage.
And now I'll raise my shield. I want to keep my...
Okay.
I'll raise my shield stance. I want to keep my...
Keep your AC
reaction.
up. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay, then it's going to go to their turn. So the two attacking Litrix are going to take their time. It's like they're going to focus on their attack for a moment before striking out. That's a 23 to hit.
23? Yeah, that'll hit me.
That'll be 5 points of damage. And then 2 fortitude saves, please. Okay, you make both of your saves. You can feel that sickness and the toxin leaving your body as you attack this creature. Okay, it'll make another attack. This time actually managing to tangle itself up, giving it flat-footed for a turn. The second one is going to attack you as well. For an 18 to hit, you have your shield raised, so it doesn't quite strike. Though you are flanked, aren't you? You are at the moment, yeah.
Yes, I got attacked by 2.
Yep, so what's your AC normally?
You gonna grab your mask?
Normally 20.
That's without... That's your shield raised, though, right?
That's my shield raised, yeah.
Okay, so you are flanked, so 18 is your AC. You will take this attack. It's going to be 2 points of damage as it bites into you, and you need to make 2 fortitude saves again. Okay, you manage to shrug off most of the badness. It'll make another attack, but 13 doesn't hit you. Now the one attacking Neru is going to try its best to get its fangs sunken into your flesh again for a 24 to hit.
Yep.
I'll use a reaction on that.
Okay, you will take absolutely no damage, but it will attempt to follow it up with another strike. That's only going to be an 8 to hit, which doesn't exactly work in its favor. And it'll spend the rest of its turn taking this sort of weird sort of stance as if it's baiting for you to attack it. Ostrich. Sorry, yeah, Ostrich, yeah, you're up.
Okay. Using my first action to devise a stratagem against the one I'm flanking.
Mm-hmm.
Dice are rolling. Dice are rolling. 14, so it'll be a total of 22 as I use my next action to attack with my
Okay.
sword cane.
Hmm.
Can I assume that hits?
You can assume it hits, yeah.
For 7 plus 3, 10 points of piercing damage as I take a jab at it.
Okay, so the creature itself, as it like rushed forward to attack Litrix, it opened its mouth, and you managed to see the way that its jaw works just a little bit better. You slide your sword cane in up over its shoulder and into its skull, completely severing the spine and leaving the creature hanging from your sword cane as it kind of slowly bends down and slides off onto the floor. All right, you still have one more action.
So Litrix is currently engaged with 2 of them, and one of them is flanking with Sevestin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move in to engage in flanking with the other one.
All right, sounds good.
One.
Okay. Sevestin.
Actually,
Oh, wait, sorry, go ahead. No, you're good?
That's it.
Okay. Sevestin.
Okay, I'll go ahead and try and do the fascinating performance.
One second to grab it, Whitney.
You take a moment and you weave your sword around in a fascinating pattern. You've regained your panache, but not fascinated the creature.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do the...
Okay, the creature already flanked takes a critical hit.
Okay, so it'll be an extra 3d6 because deadly d6, right?
Yep.
Look at Friday, come on.
Nice.
Okay, now as you take the creature, that's 7, 14, 21 points of damage. You've already struck the creature before, and fascinated with your blade, it doesn't really pay attention to the faint glimmer of metal as the star knife catches it directly in the temple, and you literally jab it all the way through, tearing out most of its face. It slumps to the ground dead. Well, a slump is a generous word. It flings itself to the ground, already dead and twitching. Okay, I believe you have one more action.
Is how many? There's one left.
There's one left.
I'll attempt to throw my star knife at it.
Okay. So you give it a quick toss, already planning on using your claw blade for the next attack, but it just passes by the creature, heavily weighed by the blood and viscera. It's not as easy to throw as you remember.
Okay, and that should be everything.
All right, Neru.
I take it the guy standing in front of me is still alive, right?
No, it was obliterated by Ostrich.
Okay, sorry.
Mhm.
And then there's one left.
There's one left, already flanked. Yep.
All right, I will move up to it and I will try to stabby.
All right. So you approach the creature and try to give it a quick slash with your scimitar, but it's cagey now. It's aware that it's in serious danger, so your attack doesn't hit. You still have one more action. Critically failing, you attempt to attack. This time actually managing to hit one of your compatriots. In this case, it would be Litrix, dealing half damage, which is... So you deal 4 points of damage to Litrix as your scimitar skips along the creature's arm and slashes against their face.
Terribly sorry.
That's
Feel
all
that
right.
later.
Okay, then Litrix.
I will stab it. Where did that specific weapon go? There we go.
Okay, you attempt to stab the creature. It's moving as quickly and as wildly as it can, and you just miss.
Stab it again. Oh.
It doesn't seem to want to be hit at all. All of its attention is focused on surviving, so its quick movements are beyond human capability, or lizard folk capability for that matter. You can't strike it.
Okay. I'll grab it and cast Lay on Hands.
Okay, so go ahead and make a touch
That
check.
wouldn't get a penalty for being a third action, would it?
It would, because you're making a touch attack. It's still an attack.
Then I'll just raise my shield.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Then it's going to go to it. It's going to take its turn. Seeing an already bloodied creature, it's going to attack Litrix with a quick bite for a 19 to hit. You did raise your shield, so it's unable to strike you. Will attempt to claw you once. No. And then it's actually going to take the remaining bit of its hop to move behind Seveston in an attempt to no longer be flanked. But Ostrich, you get to decide what you want to do about that.
I don't have attack of opportunity.
I know, but it's your turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will devise a stratagem.
The creature suddenly disappearing and reappearing on you just throws you off.
Okay, well, I'm still going to move into a flanking position, but I'm not going to actually take an attack.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Seveston.
So the creature is currently flanked because of that?
Yep.
Okay. I might as well try and see if I can do the fascinating performance on this one.
Okay, go ahead. You absolutely fascinate this creature as it stares at you, its eyes wide, the already open mouth opening a little more, the long but foot-long tongue draping out as it stares at you, unable to look away.
And not even having my blade drawn for that performance, I'm going to draw my blade.
Fair enough.
And attack with the claw blade, confident finisher.
All right.
Amazing job miming holding a sword.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He's cut the air with his hands, and it reminded this ghoul of its long lost humanity. That is a critical hit. So go ahead and roll for that.
Okay, so 12 plus.
It looks like Deadly D8 is actually included in your...
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So just the 2d6?
Yeah. So you're... It's... Sorry?
Is it included, or is that just a descriptor? Because...
yeah, because it does the damage.
Yeah.
Additional damage as the 3 plus the 1d8 down there. So...
Okay.
Yeah, so it is added already.
Yeah. So that is 17 points. As the creature watches your open hand slash through the air, your claw blade takes it unawares in the side of the neck as it clasps a hand to it, forgetting for a moment that it's not going to bleed out from such a wound. It seems heavily wounded. But I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Naru.
Oh, whoops. He's not dead yet, right?
He is not.
Ciao.
You attempt to strike at the creature. You do have to move up to get to him. So you attempt to strike at the creature, but it's kind of reeling backwards, and you don't account for that. Your slash going wide. And your second attack is actually another critical fail. This time you end up disarming yourself. Your scimitar clattering to the ground as your finger caught oddly against its hilt. And you ended up dropping it by mistake.
Excellent. That's what I meant to do.
Yep.
Just keeping him off guard.
Litrix.
I will stab him. Do I have to move to him?
Yes. No,
Alright.
no, actually you don't. Wait.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, you would. You would have to make a move action. I'm just like trying to remember where he is, but yeah, you'd have to make a move action. Theater of the Mind is great.
I will take a move action and stab him.
So he is flanked, so it's a critical hit. You take your warhammer or your dagger, and you shove it directly into the creature's still unbeating heart and give it a quick twist. You can hear the ribcage literally separate and rip out of his body as he drops to the ground, dead.
Yay.
Okay. Now that you guys have a moment to... Sorry? Oh, you stomp on it? Yeah, that's fair.
Not stomp on its skull.
Yeah, you crack it open easily. So here, in this place, you can see a row of wicker chairs kind of face the room's tall windows, because there are a bunch of them, staring into the mist that sort of licks the outside of the glass. A heap of broken planks lay in one corner, the wreckage of a wooden stairwell that still partially clings to the wall above.
Yeah, let's be careful with that stairwell, shall we?
Are we going upstairs or are we going to go outside?
I think we should probably try and make our way back to our original location on the other side of that wall.
I'm gonna
Rubble. But I'm pretty rough here. I'd like to have a rest.
May I search the room, Devin?
Absolutely. Taking a look around the room, nothing appears immediately to strike out against your senses. Nothing throws you off or says, hey, this is really important. The room seems to be emptied of anything critical or important, but you can go ahead and roll a perception check to see if maybe it is.
Button has been pressed, just awaiting for the slogan.
Mm-hmm. Wow, even with a fail, that's really good. Taking a look around the room, you find various odds and ends. Mostly you find a collection of buttons that seem to have been ripped from the same sort of cloth over and over again. And there's a faint, like, little teddy bear, all ashen gray, even though the color must have been brownish sometime during its life. Those are the only things you find in the room, besides the wooden wrecked stairwell.
Okay. Well, that satisfies my curiosity.
Okay. Do you guys want to try for the stairs, or do you want to go take your long rest?
Oh, sleepy.
I definitely need some health. Healing. I definitely need to mend some in my room.
I can do a first aid check then.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds wonderful.
Do you want me to just do the basic DC 15 version, or do you want me to try for the really good DC 20 version?
How good you DC 15? Pretty bad. I don't want any, but I don't want you to accidentally kill me. I know.
I can assist before I lay down myself, which will help.
Yeah, give them a +2. So.
Okay, so that'll be a critical success then.
That is absolutely a critical success. So you succeed beyond the average measure. Doing a treat wounds of that. So. And you did go at, you said at a 15, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be 4d8 hit points. healed.
plus my level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
26 points of restoration.
If only you could do that to these undead.
Right? If only band-aids worked as well as holy magic. Okay, and where would you guys like to rest?
Pop the Hello Kitty bandages in battle, just like, there you go. There you go.
Just shove it in their mouths.
I would assume we're gonna go back to the room we were at for the previous night.
Okay.
I would kind of think that this is a better spot because it doesn't have a big gaping hole in the wall.
That's true, I guess.
Did anyone else take any serious damage at all?
I didn't
took a
take any
little bit.
damage.
So we're no worse off than we began. We could actually continue to move on.
I took like 7.
Yeah.
Like 7 points. Nothing big. We could,
So
I suppose. I'm gonna go obviously collect my sword since I didn't say that yet.
Good point.
Yeah, and I'll gather my star knife.
Mm-hmm.
do we collect the old man before moving on, or you want to check out the next rooms up ahead?
We could check on him and then put him in this room if it's safer.
Well, there is a gaping hole coming from upstairs. I wouldn't really say it's safer.
No. Well, the other room has a hole in the wall, so...
From down on this level, is it possible to look up and kind of get a sense of what's directly above us?
Taking a look up, you can actually see that there's a fairly high ceiling up there. You can actually see into the room itself. There's the faintest wisp of mist sort of draggling around the hole itself, as if maybe windows open upstairs, but that's all you can see.
We should probably go grab our friend and bring them in here.
If that's what you guys want to do, we should probably check up on him anyway before continuing any further. I will just pick up my caltrops and sporadically put them under the stairs.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Okay, so you guys take the time to move your guy in here. He is still unconscious, unfortunately, but as you kind of poke him to get him to wake up, his eyes, though bloodshot, do open, and he looks exhausted. As you kind of pull him with you, he's able to walk on his own, barely. You can tell he's leaning heavily on the fact that he's, well, proud.
Is he hungry?
Strangely enough, no. You are, though, absolutely ravenous. You could really do with some meat.
Meat.
Yeah, a good steak sounds really, really tasty about now. Maybe raw. Raw's good.
Blue rare is what we like to call it.
All right. So, are you guys gonna take a long rest, or are you just gonna move him here and call it good?
I think we should continue on. We really don't have a whole lot of time, guys.
Okay.
So would we be moving to over here next? Like towards that door and then that hallway?
Because ideally we want to go through here, then through here, through here.
We could cut the courtyard here and then come into the cafeteria through there.
Could. And then all we'd have to do is go down here. And cut through I can't do any others with metagaming.
So, like, how much of a map layout did we get earlier? Like, were we getting enough to know about the courtyard versus
Yep.
this?
Like the rough sketch he did does include the vast majority of the doors, but everything looks to be in pristine condition on the map. You don't know what's ruined and what's not based on the map.
But if we're all for faster, cutting across the courtyard would probably be the quickest way to do it, especially if we're going to fight monsters in every single room we come across.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Matter of fact, we could go down the courtyard towards the rooms that were broken, and we might be able to force ourselves back into the area that we were at.
Like break down a wall.
Mm-hmm. Some of those walls were pretty badly damaged. As long as we're careful with them, we might be able to break one down, and if there's not too much rubble, we can get inside.
It could be worth a shot.
It's our quickest way back, and although that doesn't solve, even if we get back, we don't get no help with the double ganger. But we do need to check on that double ganger and the boiler. So the quicker we can check that, the quicker we might be able to cut one off her.
True.
Sorry, there's just something I need to check really quick. Okay. All right, so show me again what you guys want to do.
So I think we've kind of decided that we're going to go into the courtyard,
Okay.
but the kind of the debate that we haven't quite figured out yet is whether we go straight to the cafeteria here or whether we go down south and try to break a hole through one of the walls to create a shortcut back to the starting area.
That's entirely fair. You could do that.
I mean, yeah, so my opinion would be to, like, go down here to there. Whoops, I don't know if I did that. Sorry, down to here, and then just follow the wall along and see where, you know, if there's a window we can get in, if there's a wall we can safely break through, or whatever, and if we can't, then we'll go in through that dining area.
Exactly.
So seeing if there's an easy way in, not necessarily breaking down a wall, and then if we can't, just going to the dining room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that plan.
Okay.
Right. Then I guess we should leave through here.
Yep.
I'll check
All
the
right.
door for traps before we go through.
Go ahead and
Okay,
roll a perception check.
Man, this is really irritating.
Okay, so you're going into here, right?
No.
No.
No? Oh, sorry, you
Yeah,
guys are leaving
here.
there? Okay. Sorry, I had you completely in the wrong spot. You kind of take a look at the doors, because there are two of them, and neither one seems to be trapped. They seem to be just regular doors.
Go out the south door.
Okay.
Sure, one is
I agree.
So as you guys slip through the door.
Gonna have my star knife ready as we're going out the door.
Okay.
Raise my shield with my dagger.
Okay. So you can actually, as you kind of walk out into the courtyard, high asylum walls hedge in the spacious courtyard garden. Only thin breaths of sickly fog seep in from overhead, though beyond you can see it just as thick as ever. Misty wisps slip between leafless trees and simple benches, giving the impression of silent beasts prowling along the garden. I'll get each of you to make a stealth check, please.
Stealth.
Okay. All right.
What kind of level of sight are we dealing with, Devin?
Sorry?
What kind of level of sight? Is it dark, low light?
No, it's bright enough that you can see no problem.
Okay.
So as you guys walk outside, you hear something moving. And as you guys take a look around, you see dropping from the ceiling, from the roof directly behind you, down to snatch one of you away, is a stooped, emaciated-looking human with inky black skin, bat-like wings, a long tail full of spines, and demonic horns protruding from its skull, but no eyes, nose, or mouth, just a flush face. As it speeds towards you, it goes to grab Ostrich in its claws, already outstretched, ready to attack. Alright. Everyone roll for initiative.
Am I able to do a stealth-based initiative
Yep.
with that stealth check? Okay.
Okay. So that is 15 for Neru. And 22 for Litrix. Not bad. Seveston had an 8. And 17 for Ostrich. Okay. Alright. So the Night Gaunt drops in this very quick surprise attack, drops down, grabs Ostrich, and flies 60 feet straight up, and hovers there with Ostrich in his grip. You can barely see him in amongst all the mist swirling around him. And then Ostrich, you feel a sudden weightlessness as the creature drops you to the ground below. Go ahead and make a reflex saving throw.
Well, at least you didn't ask me to do a fortitude saving throw.
It's true. All right. You're going to take 18 points of damage as you come crashing to the ground in a clatter of flesh and armor and weapons. The creature takes the rest of its... Sorry? Oh, math, yeah.
What are you gonna call math? So that was 18, you said?
18, yep. Okay. That was actually its surprise round. It's going to dive 60 feet again, claws outstretched to make an attack against the next frailest. That would be looking like Seveston, because Seveston, you're wearing leather armor, right?
Yes.
Okay, so its claws outstretched. It's going to make a quick attack against you. That is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. The claws snap shut directly in front of you, barely missing you as it goes for a second attack. That is a 15 hits, so that won't hit. It hovers in place, and you can feel that eyeless gaze staring directly at you as it floats there. Litrix.
Right, so we all just came out the door. He dove down on top of us, so we're all pretty much standing in the same area there.
Yep.
So he would be within range.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, so I'm going to grapple him,
Okay.
or I'm gonna grab him by his foot
All right.
specifically. What is that actually? Is that a melee strike attack? What?
Yep. You can make an unarmed attack, or you can make a grapple check based on athletics.
All right.
Okay, you attempt to grapple the creature, and it shrugs you off. Actually touching its skin, like attempting to touch it, you need to make a fortitude save. Okay, the feel of its skin against your gauntlets, that slipperiness that reminds you of some sort of snake or maybe fish, is just it runs and sends chills through your body, but doesn't make you sick quite yet. Not fully sickened anyway. You still have 2 actions.
So it's very slippery, is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll stab it. Yeah.
You attempt to stab the creature, and your dagger skids along its hide, and it kind of sends up sparks as if this thing is partially made of metal. It doesn't strike. Or doesn't hit. Doesn't pierce. You have 1 more.
I'll raise my shield.
Okay.
For the time being. And yeah.
Ostrich? You are currently prone.
I'm going to. Guess I have to use a movement action to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And where roughly in the courtyard are we? Like, how far did we get?
The rest of the party is here. Here. You are over here, about 30 feet away. You went up and over, kind of thing.
Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm gonna start by using my battle medicine feat to treat wounds on myself, if I may.
Absolutely.
Because that really hurt. Just gonna do the basic DC 15 version.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you try to patch up your wounds, but your hands are shaking so much you can barely hold on to the bandages and stitching supplies. You don't manage to.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way towards. So there. I'm going to make my way towards the door.
Okay.
I guess these ones are closest, even though that's going to put me in the fray.
If you...
I'm gonna maybe suggest to the group as I hobble on by, limping in severe pain,
Okay.
that maybe we should just go back inside and not fight this thing.
All right. Neru.
All right. Once he gets, once Ostrich's the one that spell, right?
He is.
Once he gets within 30 feet, I'm going to cast a heal spell on him.
All right.
The level 2 one, so it'll be 8 plus 8, so 16.
Gorgeous. Ostrich heals for 16.
And then I'm going to follow him to the door.
Okay. You would actually be able to get into the door. Ostrich's still waiting inside it.
Alright, so I'll like go and hold the door open and like get ready to help people come back in the door.
Okay. Having actually been in its immediate area, as you go to move, it makes a grapple attack against you. That's a reaction.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
It's tied.
Okay, so you go to move, and its claw lashes out and grabs you, holding you in place, dealing 7 points of damage.
I'll use my reaction on that, and he'll gain whatever you choose.
He will choose to do the enfeeble, so you'll only take 3 points of damage, but the creature currently has you grappled, Neru.
Okay. I don't have any more actions, unfortunately.
You do not, no. Then it's going to go to Seveston.
Didn't I go last? Or has
Yeah.
everybody else went?
Everyone else is already gone, yeah.
Okay. So first I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say, that looked like fun, you should take me for a ride next.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and do a fascinating performance.
You do notice this creature has no eyeballs.
Oh,
His face is completely smooth. He can't see. He doesn't see you that way. Your performance is very ineffective against him.
okay. So I'll go ahead and try and attack against it.
Okay, you go to strike the creature, and your star knife bounces off its heavy hide.
Okay. And I'll dueling parry.
All right. So in its turn, it's going to fly 90 feet directly up in the air, and then let Neru go. Neru, go ahead and make a reflex save.
Okay. Did we start off with 1 hero point, you said?
Yep.
Could I try seeing if I can get better?
Absolutely.
I didn't get better.
Nope. And as you plunge to the ground, roughly into the middle of the courtyard, you take 26 points of damage.
Alright, so I'm for sure down. How does that work? I'm at 14 currently.
So I would actually have to check. What's your Constitution score? I don't think it matters in Pathfinder 2nd, but we'll just check.
10. So I'm at minus 12 currently.
Okay. Okay. So you gained the dying condition, and you were unconscious. You were dying 1.
Okay. Oh, whoops, sorry. And does my health just stay at minus 12?
It stays at 0.
Or...
Yeah.
0? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well then I will lay there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, it's still 90 feet in the air. And that goes
how far did he get dropped from us? Like, what's the middle of that courtyard from where we are?
30 feet.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought you said 90 feet.
You know, he went 90 feet up
was
and then dropped you. You ended up 30 feet away.
Oh, sorry, away. My apologies.
Yeah.
Is there a run action?
Just a move action.
To move action. Okay, as a free action, I'm gonna tell. Actually, what do we got left? Sebastian was healed.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ostrich was healed. Alright, so I'm going to tell one of them as a free action to light a torch, and I'm going to use 2 move actions to get to Naru, to Naru, and I'm going to use lay on hands on him.
Alrighty. So you're going to regain 6 hit points, 6 HP, and because you are magically healed, you lose all wounded condition. So you are no longer dying, no longer wounded. You're at 6 HP.
And you'll gain a +2 to your armor class for the next round.
Sweet.
Okay. So, Naru's conscious again. It then goes to Ostrich.
I'd like to try and identify this thing.
Go ahead and roll an occult check.
Would this thing be an aberration by any chance?
It most certainly would be an aberration, yes.
Use my aberration lore instead.
Perfect.
27.
This creature is a night gaunt, one of the fiercest flying predators to ever come out of the Dreamlands. A terrifying creature that is essentially immune to any visual trickery. It loves to pick people up and drop them, and, if given the right chance, will feast on their emotions by draining them in midair. Letting one actually feast on you is worse than having it drop you, because it can literally devour your soul.
So, how would I be able to tell, like, whether we're severely outclassed, moderately outclassed? Like, would I be, like...
If this thing hadn't got the drop on you, you'd only be moderately outclassed. Now that it's actually gotten the drop on you, it might be time to run. You also know that it is absolutely immune to all cold, gaze attacks, inhaled poisons, or scent-based attacks. All of them.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna continue my strategy, my earlier call of calling for strategic retreats. But I'll kind of stay by the door, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna wait until Naru and Litrix are nearer and able to get in before I actually go in myself. I'm just kind of gonna stand guard.
Okay, sounds good.
Already an attack for if the what was it called?
Night Gaunt.
Already an attack if Night Gaunt comes within melee range of myself.
Okay.
But that's all I'm gonna do.
Alrighty. Okay, so after Ostrich, we have Naru, who's currently conscious but prone.
I guess I will stand up.
One action.
Is it flying in the air, or is it...
Yep, currently it's 90 feet above you.
Well, I'm going to go to the door as I was trying to do before, because I don't feel like falling again.
That's fair. Already traumatized enough, you head towards the door, and with 60 feet you're easily able to make it inside.
Excellent. Then
Okay.
I do that.
Sebastin, you're already inside, I believe, yeah?
No, I'm
No?
still in the courtyard.
Okay. Well, the creature's 90 feet up. You've just seen your healer dropped from 90 feet and nearly die. Ostrix took a really heavy blow, and now Litrix is standing in the middle of the courtyard. What do you do?
Okay. I'm going to move towards the door, but not enter yet until I definitely don't want to leave Litrix just stranded by himself.
Okay.
And I'll do the same thing as ready an attack if it comes towards me. If it gets within 20 feet, I'll throw the star knife at it.
All right, sounds good. So then it's going to go to. It's going to be its turn. It's going to take a moment and take a look at everybody there and dive bomb Litrix, going directly for them. But it will not hit. In fact, that's a critical hit. It's going to drive itself directly into the ground, and I'll actually make it take all the damage it should have delivered. All right, so that is going. It took a hefty amount of damage. It did. So that's actually going to waste its turn as it dive bombs the ground instead of actually pulling up like it should. Litrix, you're up.
It doesn't have a head or anything like that.
Well, it has a head. It just doesn't have a face.
Okay. Alright, so I'll just stab it.
All right, go ahead. Okay, you attempt to strike at the creature, and again, it's thick hide. You can't find a purchase. It's too tough. You still have 2 actions left.
Alright, so it's technically prone, right?
It's prone at the moment, yes.
Alright, so would that mean it wouldn't get an attack? Would I know if it would get an attack of opportunity like it did
You
on
have
the other
no
guy if I ran
idea.
away?
No idea at
I have
all.
no idea. In that case, I will stab it again.
Attempting your second strike, you still can't hit the creature. You still have 1 more action. What do you want to do?
Can I ready my Can I ready a third action?
To do what?
I'm just trying to think now. Don't think it would avoid a attack though. If he went to attack me, I could just make a move action away from him. But
No, that would not work.
okay, in that case, shit. I'll make a move action towards the group while he's prone.
Okay, so even though he's prone, his claw lashes out in an attempt to grapple you. That is a 30 to hit. That will most certainly hit, and you were considered grappled, stuck in place, as he deals 14 points of damage to you. Alright. It's going to go to Ostrich.
Was that? Oh wait, you said it had like the enfeebled wouldn't matter at that point.
No, it was a critical, and yeah, there was a critical hit. It would have been, since you didn't raise your shield, it would have had a 28, which still would have criticaled you.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're how far away, you said?
They are 35 feet away from the door.
Okay. I do not have any long-range attack options. I guess I'll attempt to devise a stratagem against the Night Gaunts.
Okay.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
The creature itself is so alien to you, you can't even devise a stratagem. You've never seen a creature without a face before. It's really throwing you out, throwing you off.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna. I can't, like. It would take me 2 move actions to get there,
Mm-hmm.
and. So I'm just gonna be staying by the door, and I'm gonna ready an attack action like last time. Just kind of standing guard, and if it comes within melee range of myself, I will attempt to attack it.
Okay. Naru.
So I made it inside the doorway, right?
You are? Yep. Inside the door.
Hmm. And how far away is he exactly?
35 feet from the door.
The best I can do is try to daze it.
Okay. Makes a save, yeah?
Yep. A will save.
Okay. If you're 18, sorry, I just have to check it. It's will save. Okay, so it does take a bit of damage, but that's all you managed to accomplish. It's certainly not stunned. Be 4 points, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Not a lot I can do. No.
All right. Seviston?
Seeing my friend in trouble, I'm gonna move towards them. I think as part of my, because I have to do 2 moves to get there.
Yep.
As part of my first move, can I sheath my star knife, and part of the second move, draw my claw blade?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try and get its attention on me rather than the person that it has grappled. So I'll attempt to attack.
Okay.
Are they flanked when grappled?
Nope.
Or
He is not. So you attempt to attack the creature, but it's too fast. It's supernatural, literally supernatural. The fact that you can't even seem to touch it. All right.
Yep.
Now that you're within melee range, it's going to make a grapple attempt against you with its other claws. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That is 9 points of damage, and you are considered grabbed. And it's going to fly 60 feet straight up, with both of you in tow.
could I use a reaction on his attack against him?
Absolutely, you could. So you're going to try to alleviate some of the damage, so you'd only take 5 damage instead.
Okay, 5 damage instead. So.
And he would be enfeebled too. Yeah, so yeah, you regain 4 HP.
Okay.
Alrighty. So that's its turn. It's currently 60 feet in the air, with 2 of your companions in its talons. Litrix, right now you're floating, essentially. Levitating 60 feet in the air. What do you want to do?
What would it take to grab the grappling hook from my backpack?
You are unable to retrieve a stowed item at this point.
Okay. Then I will stab it enough. As close to whatever face it has, I guess.
Okay, so you reach up and attempt to get a good stab in it.
Yep.
That actually hits. It's not a crit, of course, but you manage to strike the creature, dealing a solid blow to it as it kind of gives off this psychic screech, the sound of nails on chalkboard in your mind. You can tell it's not pleased, and it is definitely bloodied.
Alright, I'll make another attack.
Okay, you strike it again, this time actually piercing through and dealing enough damage to throw it off. You can see its flight path become a little wobbly. It's not enjoying your stabbing.
Building with momentum, I'll keep with a third attack.
Okay, the third attack, however, does not find purchase. Alright, Ostrich, you're up.
Really isn't anything I can do. I have no ranged attack option. So I'm just gonna maintain same set of actions as before. Just ready an attack.
Okay.
And stand guard by the door.
Alright, Neru.
What are the chances of actually catching one of them if they fell?
You would half their damage, but take half the damage, and fairly good.
I'm gonna go out and try to catch one of them in case they fall.
Alright, go ahead and make an athletics check then, please. Perfect. Okay. The creature in question, now that it's its turn, it's going to drop both of you simultaneously, and each of you is going to make a reflex save.
A reflex save? I can't use my athletics or anything?
Reflex, yep.
Also, for this spell, I have some relevant abilities.
Okay, that would be?
I have Catfall and land on your feet.
Okay.
So it counts as 10 feet less for me, and I only take half damage and don't land prone.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, no wonder you were willing to risk going out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sevston, you rolled. So okay. So Sevston, you're gonna take 5 points of damage on the fall. Litrix, you're gonna take 15 points of. Sorry, no. 7 points of damage on the fall as you plummet to the ground. Which one are you gonna try and catch, Neru?
I don't know. The one that doesn't have the cat stuff, I guess, but not. That's kind of metagaming. So I guess I would just pick whichever one is closest to me.
Okay. They're both the same distance. It's really up to you.
I
It's
don't know.
all your decision.
Sorry, what are the two names? It's Sevestin and
Litrix. Yeah.
I don't know. Roll a die for me. Here, I'll do that actually.
Yeah. I mean, you have just as much access to dice as I do right now.
All right, so evens, I go for Litrix. I
Odds.
go for Sevestin, apparently.
All right. So Sevestin, you instead take 2 points of damage as Neru absorbs 2 points of your damage, and he manages to catch you lovingly in his arms.
Oh, thank you.
And then Litrix comes crashing to the ground right beside you.
That's flat.
All right, on its turn, it's going to dive bomb Litrix again. That is a 25 to hit. 23 to hit, that would be. And a nat 20.
That will hit me.
Okay, so the first one It's going to be a 9 points of damage. And the second one, being a critical hit, is going to be 13 points of damage. So you've taken 22 points of damage from its attacks. And you are considered grappled again.
What's that last one?
You've taken a total of 22 points of damage from just the attacks, and then, of course, 7 points of damage from the fall. So 29 points of damage this turn.
No, sorry, the last attack. Specifically the last attack.
Oh, it dealt 12, I think. No, wait, 5. 13, sorry, it did 13.
Alright, well, the last attack's gonna down me.
Okay, then you are considered grappled. All right, so that'll be your turn. You're going to go ahead and make a saving throw, just a flat check.
Just a flat saving throw?
Yep, so it's going to be a d20. Okay, you are dying 2 at the moment. If you hit dying 4, you are done. Okay. Then it goes to Ostrich.
And how far are they? Are they still like around the 30?
35-foot mark, yeah.
Okay, but that's still 2 move actions just to get there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, can you just remind me what I would know about this creature based on my earlier?
Okay, so the creature's immune. The creature's immunities, of course, you know. That would be they are immune to cold, gaze attacks, inhaled poison, or scent-based attacks. By and large, they don't understand languages except for the speak of aberrations, and they are superhumanly fast, whose favorite ability is to pick people up and drop them. And if they manage to actually suck away your emotions, you are dead. And there's no bringing back because it destroys your soul.
I'm gonna try and... Okay, so I guess I'll take 2 movement actions to lit tricks and try and pull them free from the night gaunts.
All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check then. You attempt to, and as much as you try, Litrix barely budges, even though unconscious, in the creature's grasp.
Yeah, that's my 3 actions.
Naru?
I'm going to run over and try to get him out of the grasp as well of the board thing.
Okay, so you move, and you make 1 athletic check.
Oh, there's that.
The creature doesn't allow you to take him at all. You feel like struggling this way is a little more difficult than you'd imagined.
Alright, can I then just try to stab it with my scimitar?
Yes, and it's actually flanked at the moment, thanks to Ostrich.
Excellent.
However, you don't manage to find perches against the creature itself. Seviston.
I'm going to attempt to tumble through on
Okay.
this.
So you attempt to move through the creature's space, and you don't seem to regain your panache, as it doesn't care that you're tumbling, and its large bat-like wings nearly push you off your feet. This creature is incredibly powerful.
Okay. And I guess I'm gonna attempt to attack.
With your cat-like grace, that claw blade pierces the creature's chest and rips into its organs. While it only seems to deal 3 points of damage, the previous marks left from Litrix actually guide the blade down and out, completely disemboweling the creature, but covering Litrix in a fair amount of goo. It screeches a death cry and seems to slowly dissolve into a pile of organs and blood.
Well, not so nice to dance with you, but all the same, you're dead now.
And then you hear another faint, wailing screech like nails on chalkboard in your mind in the distance.
Ugh.
Something that that comes to Ostric's mind at the moment is these creatures, yeah, usually they operate in flights of 3 to 12.
We should flee.
Does our paladin have any more lay on hands?
Your paladin's unconscious.
Oh, that is our paladin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's quickly pull him into the building and then medicine him back to health.
Okay, the paladin will make one more death saving throw. And does not regain consciousness, but stops dying. As you guys get into the building, you feel like the faint, sour rush of those wings. As you look around, you can see 2 more of those creatures hovering overhead, and somehow you feel the irritation that their prey has escaped.
Not nice.
Guys,
But-
we can go kill some more.
Says the cat. Okay, I think we'll end it there for today. It's nearly 9 o'clock, and you guys aren't looking the greatest. So, thanks to everyone who joined in on the stream. It was absolutely fantastic to have you. Enjoy the rest of your day.